everyone and welcome to Literature Unlocked. I am Komal Kumari and in this channel we together decode literature ranging from class 10th to UGC NET. So in this lecture we will be continuing our British literature journey, and as you have already watched Anglo-Saxon era and Anglo-Norman period, we now move into the most exciting phases of English literature, that is the Middle English period 1066 to 1500. This is the era of Chaucer, mystery plays, morality plays, Arthurian legends, and slow shaping of English into a more recognizable language. By the end of the video, you will understand the major historical background, key features of Middle English, major writers and works, the transformation from French-dominated culture to English cultural identity, and why this period is so important for UGC NET and university exams. So let's begin with historical background. The Middle English period begins after the Norman Conquest of 1066, where William the Conqueror defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. The event changed everything. French became the language of ruling class, English became the language of common people, and Latin remained the language of church and scholarship. So now England had a trilingual culture. French for nobility, English for common people, and Latin for religion and education. For nearly 200 years, English remained in the background, but slowly as French lost power and English identity strengthened, a mixed language revolved. This language is what we called Middle English. It contained Old English grammar, French vocabulary, and a more flexible, easier structure. This is why Middle English is much easier to understand compared to Old English. Features of Middle English literature. It reflects a society undergoing change. Here are some of the key features. Rise of the vernacular. Writers started using English again, especially after 13th century, which contributed to the growth of national identity. Influence of French and Latin. Love, romance, chivalry, and courtly behavior. All these themes entered English literature through French tradition. Religious literature, church drama, sermons, saints' life, and moral teachings dominated the period. The development of drama. We see the birth of three major dramas, that are mystery plays, medical plays, and morality plays, along with interludes. Mystery plays were the biblical stories, miracle plays were the life of saints, and morality plays were allegorical plays like Everyman. Rise of secular poetry. Along with drama, we also see a rise of love poetry, romances, and adventure tales. Chaucer's Revolution. The later 14th century saw the rise of Geoffrey Chaucer, the father of English literature. Now we move forward to major works and authors. Geoffrey Chaucer, 1343 to 1400. He is known as father of English literature. His most important work is Canterbury Tales, and this work is also important from exam point of view. A collection of stories told by pilgrims, written in East Midland dialect, which later becomes standard English. The major contribution of Geoffrey Chaucer was he used English when French was dominant. He developed poetic form like heroic couplet, and he presented a realistic picture of medieval society. So remember, Chaucer introduced humor, realism, and characterization along with the flexible poetic style. William Langland. His work is Piers Plowman. It is a long allegorical dream vision, and it is important because of its social criticism, depiction of corruption, and religious reform themes. Pearl poet or Gawain poet. Anonymous author of 4 poems, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Pearl, patience, cleanliness. Sir Gawain is one of the greatest Middle English romances, known for chivalry, temptation, scenes, and moral testing. John Gower. He is a friend of Chaucer and author of Confessio Amantis and Vox Clementis. He is known for his moralistic and didactic writing. Religious drama writers. Different guilds wrote and performed mystery plays in cycles in cities like York, Chester, Wakefield, and Coventry. So, these plays were performed for ordinary citizens and became a major part of medieval English culture. Morality play, one of the most important work is Everyman, an allegorical play teaching that nothing accompanies a person after death except good deeds. Arthurian romances. The legends of King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table, chivalric adventures flourished. The most important late medieval text is Le Morte d'Arthur by Sir Thomas Mulroy, 1485, which shows the picture of King Arthur. This text connects medieval literature to early Renaissance. Now, interludes is the place which happens in between the two scenes and are basically for entertainment purpose. The fourth piece is one of the best examples of interlude. Now, language transformation. Middle English evolved gradually into modern English due to loss of complex oral English inflections, heavy borrowing from French vocabulary, simplification of grammar, standardization through London dialect, rise of Chaucer and London scribes. By 1500, English had become a flexible, expressive language ready for the Renaissance. Why Middle English is important for exams? For BA, MA and UGC NET, this period is essential because it shows the transformation of English from old to modern. It marks the birth of major genres like romances, allegory and morality play. Chaucer's work frequently appears in examination. The period is foundational for understanding Renaissance literature. Terms like alliterative revival, heroic couplet, estate satire, and dream vision originate here. So, the Middle English period is a bridge between ancient English and rich Renaissance age. It is a time of linguistic transformation, cultural mixing, and literary experimentation. If you understood Anglo-Saxon and Anglo-Norman period, the Middle English period completes your understanding of how English literature reached maturity. If you want the next video on Renaissance literature or Renaissance period, comment below and I will make a complete lecture for you. Further, if you want a video on Canterbury Tales and Piers the Plowman, comment below and the next video or soon a video will be made on those two works as well. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.